Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonya Maya. I'm a clinical psychology doctorate student who posts educational content about psychology, sex, relationships, and yeah, let's just get straight into the video because I am very excited to talk about these topics today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on bell notifications. So today I want to talk about 3 things that you should know before you start exploring with BDSM. I am not like a super big expert. I do research on sexual practices pretty much every day because I want to incorporate sex therapy into my future private practice. Make sure that you stay tuned for the end of the video because I just got some new really cute BDSM related products that I want to share with you, and let me know which one's your favorite. So like I said in my last video about BDSM, sometimes sex is involved and sometimes it's not. Most of the time there is some kind of sexual situation going on, but it's not always sexual, and it generally involves an endorphin rush due to a sense of danger. So this can be emotional or spiritual, but a lot of the time there are more like sexual and intimate things that are involved. And I've already talked about before in my last video what it means to be like dominant versus submissive, or at least what I've read about it. It's important to know too that like it doesn't always happen between partners. It could be through strangers. There's professional BDSM mistresses and all of that too. A lot of the time it is partners that are trying to spice things up, but it's not always the case. The first thing to understand is consent, which I have emphasized in the last video when I talked about this, but I wanted to talk about it again because you need to really know like what that means before you're going to be dabbling with this kind of spicy time, so to speak. The most important thing underlying consent between BDSM individuals or participating in BDSM, never assume anything about a partner. So if you know that your partner really likes spanking and getting their hair pulled, don't just assume that they like that every single day, because a lot of the time people's sexual preferences change from day to day or hour to hour. What I learned from this really interesting video with Esther Perel and this other woman, forget her name, but I watch a lot of Esther Perel videos. She was interviewing someone who knows a lot about BDSM dynamics, and she was saying that when you negotiate for consent, this can be done ahead of time because you don't want to like ruin the moment. It's good to actually talk about it ahead of time, or even write about it, whatever you're comfortable with, because you don't want to like make things weird in the moment, but at the same time, like a successful BDSM exchange is going to involve making sure that each party is comfortable and still wants that kind of thing. If they're not in the mood for it, then you need to know that. So talk about it before the specific thing happens, whatever, you know, because a lot of people are kind of weird about talking about sex, but we need to state our boundaries in order to not allow them to be crossed, especially in situations like this where there's like whips and chains and bondage and all of that. Number 2, it's important to know how to express yourself, if that makes sense. So in the interview with Esther Perel and Margie Nichols, that's her name, Margie Nichols, they were talking about how a lot of women specifically are unable to really express what they want in bed. Like if you were to ask a woman, like, what do you like sexually? A lot of the time they'll just be like, I don't know, like, whatever they want me to like, or something like that, because we've just been taught for a long time that having our own sexual desire and knowing what's good for us is taboo in a way. Apparently women are just supposed to reproduce and that's it. Well, obviously I don't agree with that, but I think that's part of it, the underlying reason for why people are so squeamish to talk about sex. It's important to understand how to express your sexuality and your sexual preferences, because therefore you're able to lay that boundary with consent and be like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. So understanding yourself, like, what do you want? What do you want? Like in the Notebook. What do you want? What do you want? But sexually. So think about it. Maybe write it down as a therapeutic practice. If you're not already sexually experienced, like how do you imagine your first sexual experiences to be? Is it something like you see? Hopefully it's not like something you see in the movies where it's just like skip the foreplay and straight to the action, because that's not that is not realistic. But yeah, like what is it that you really want? Do you want a lot of kissing? Do you want a lot of foreplay? Do you want some flirting? Do you want some like sexual talk in the bedroom? That kind of thing. Writing it down might help you actually like normalize sexual expression in your mind. And it's the same way of knowing how to please yourself before being with a partner. I've talked about this many times. It's important to know what you like in bed by like, you know, masturbating and fingering yourself, and even using like a small vibrator as a beginner, because once you are able to know what you like and how you like to be touched, it helps like open up those sexual pathways and teach other people like, oh, okay, I like it like this. So it's similar in terms of expressing to yourself, like, okay, what do I like? So you could share that with another person. Third and most important one would be safety. There's a lot of different things that you can do with BDSM. A lot of them I'm not very familiar with, but I've heard of electrostimulation, where you take electricity and use that on certain parts of the body for stimulation. Obviously, there's some things that could be really dangerous, and some people die from certain like strangulation practices, because apparently like a lot of people are into choking, but you have to know how to do it. So do your research, and also know like which part of your body to avoid. I was watching this video, I just found this creator yesterday. She seems to know a lot more than me, but she was talking about how like if you want to pull someone's hair, learn how to do it without causing injury. She has like a whole video on it. She says that choking isn't good for beginners with BDSM, but you can learn from the experts, find out how to do it so that you're not actually hurting somebody. And the torso can be really dangerous due to like that being a lot of organs there, so you don't want to mess with your organs. And you can still use like wax and stuff on your torso, but you don't want to like impact it too much, because you don't want to mess around with everything in there. And you want to avoid your knees and your joints, because like getting older already messes with your joints, so you don't need to like add any more problems with joints. Because I just keep hearing, I'm just like anticipating like, oh god, like I'm gonna be 30 soon. I hope my joints don't start giving up on me. But that's why I've been like working out and doing yoga, because I think that when you're more active, you use your joints more. Anyways, let's not go on a rant on being scared about getting older. Now that I've talked a little bit about BDSM and like what to think about before exploring those things with a partner or the stranger or whoever, I want to show off the new products I got. So let me just get cute real quick. Alright, so now that I look a little nicer, a little sexier with this shirt, it's time to show off some of these products that I got. So in my last video that I talked about BDSM, I did talk about how some people like to use masks for sensory deprivation. So basically when you cut off one sense, like someone can't see, if they're the submissive and they can't see, then if the dom or whoever's dominating them and is in the power control of the power control play, can put the mask on them. And then when that person gives them pleasure or gives them pain, it could actually intensify the experience of getting the pleasure and the pain, because when you cut out one sense, the other ones are more heightened. So you can heighten your senses. So the first product I wanted to show you by SOULNIGHT is this really cool Masquerade mask. They call it the Leather Mistress Masquerade mask. So as you can see, it comes with these little flaps on it that you can move to the side if you wanted to like wear it to a masquerade ball and you don't want to be like blind, you know. It's kind of cool actually. I like how it looks like that. So let's see what it looks like. Ooh, okay. What do we think? And then obviously, like I said, with the sensory deprivation, if you were to put this on somebody, right, you could use it as like one of those masks in the power play dynamic. So I feel like it's something that a mistress could wear, who's somebody who generally is the dom in that scenario, but you could also put it on the submissive, but it's really your choice. By the way, these products come in the cutest boxes ever. Like, this is such a cute fancy box. All right, let's go to the next product. Let's see what we have here. Ooh. Looks like we got some really fancy looking cuffs. Okay, these are really cool. I like these a lot. So these are the leather handcuffs with wrist cuffs. So let's see. I wish I had someone here to like put these on me, but yo, look at the quality. Looks like a dragon on there. So let me try to put this on solo. One second. These are sick. These are sick. Even like, if I'm not gonna play with these, I would definitely use them for some kind of like really sexy Halloween costume. Yeah, these are cool. I really freaking like these. All right. Last but not least, let's go to our third fancy box for BDSM products by SOULNIGHT. Ooh, okay. Let's see what we have here. Is this, oh, it's a choker. Okay, so this is the SOULNIGHT BDSM leather collar, also vegetable tan leather with 18K gold plated dragon. So this has like a dragon on it, kind of like how the cuffs have a dragon on it too. This one has a dragon in the middle. Whoa. Let me put this on. I think it might be easier to do it like this. Alright. Well, this one's kind of thicker than the last chokers that they sent me, but I like it. This definitely stands out, this thing right here. You can use the blindfold that I showed you for sensory deprivation, and you can use these cool cuffs for restraint, consensual restraint, of course. And then you can also use these for restraint. I guess like some people like to put like a leash on here, like you're a doggy with a collar. You could also use it for a sexy Halloween costume. So if you're interested in any of these products, I put the link below for the SOULNIGHT gear, as well as the specific links for all of these products. And you can use my code Sonya, S-O-N-Y-A, for discounts on these products. And more info is in my description. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on bell notifications. And I will see you next time I post, which will probably be in about a week, because I'm getting better at posting. Promise. Okay, bye guys.